This is called a sentiment or a demonstration where there's an explanation. And it's usually left to the senior teacher every day.
Okay, everyone, thank you very much for attending the demonstration. Even though it is a small one, it means a lot to us that everyone is here, and also that just the amount of effort everyone's put into this demonstration. So it's really shown today, and we're all really happy to see it. So you might all see here, I've got 3 fairly young uke. They're less than half my age, I'll be honest. And I was just thinking about, I guess, what the difference is between, someone who's young in training and someone who's a bit older in training, or if there are any advantages to being one or the other. So, I guess being younger, you have a bit more energy, a bit more bigger, but then I figured, being a bit older, maybe there's a little bit more going on up here, and I've got maybe a little bit more, I guess, in the word like wild, I suppose. But I guess at the end of the day, it actually wasn't, I didn't have an answer, whether it's older or younger, but the main thing was, for me, was about Kamai. So, Lucas, please. So Lucas is going to take Kamai. So this is our basic stance. So what we're looking at here is just a physical structure where his center line is strong, so his hips and shoulders are square, his back leg is straight, and his back is straight. So this is a very strong structure, and his fingers here, it's a bit unusual that, they're so straight in that it's not a fighting stance. It is a teaching stance, and what he's learning here to do is to project. So he's learning to project, I guess, his focus forward. So he's not just stopping here, but he's thinking probably somewhere over there, okay? So, second please. So the training with a wooden sword or the training sword here can teach us quite a few things, and one of the things is about projection. So we learn to cut with the last 6 inches of the pocket. And we also learn to project decisively, so we're not hesitating. And we also learn to keep this feeling of projection, not just during the technique, but also in between. But throughout all this, what we're also working on is making sure that we're grounded. And so what you saw, what Enrica Sensei was demonstrating was the slow and the fast. And so it is really important that when we learn, we slow things down so that when we do it repetitively and slowly, I guess it becomes embodied. So from here we're going to do a slow technique. So can you pull back? So that's me learning some of the concepts like center line and using my weight and keeping that forward. And then I'm able to do that a little bit faster, having practiced this slow. So you can see, so Henry here is young, he's fast, and he's also strong, okay? Having these things in my uke means that it pushes me to move better, so I've got to make sure I keep him off balance, and I've also got to make sure I'm grounded whilst I do it. So from here, good. Oops. And the only way anyone is able to throw, like faster and sort of move faster, is to make sure they stay grounded, and they also make sure they're, I guess, in a sense, calm. Okay. So, what I find when I'm faced with a weapon, so let me just swing it. I don't know if you can hear that, but hopefully there's a fair bit of speed coming in there. And when I'm faced with a weapon, I guess I know if I miss, I can be hurt. So I guess what comes up for me is that there's an element of fear there. But what I have to practice is sitting with that fear and try to stay calm in my mind and both in my body. So I've got to make sure I stay calm, but also it's a very hard job that UK has as well. So they also need to be calm. They need to be relaxed so that they can feel what technique is, I suppose where the technique is taking them. So if they end up too far away from the technique, they can fall backwards. So they've got to make sure there's a very strong level of awareness, both of themselves, and also just of what they're feeling as they're being thrown. It's not easy because they don't know what's coming, but he has to continue to listen with his body. And I guess in order to develop that, I find doing grabbing techniques helps, because I guess the idea is if the person is grabbing here, there's already an instant connection, and I can feel what his grab feels like. I can feel where his weight is, and I can also feel, I guess, if it happens to be thinking about dinner tonight. Okay, so the idea here is now once I'm here, I'm grab and strong, I can use that connection. But also we can do this at a faster level where he has to be sensitive and I also need to be sensitive now. So as I said before, Henry is young, he's fast, and he is also strong. He probably could bench press me, probably. And so it's good for me, or for us to practice with someone who is really strong. So if he's grabbing, I want to make sure that my first reaction is not to sort of become tense back. I want to make sure I stay relaxed. I can feel where he's grabbing, the strength of his grab, and realize that I can't actually move that part of my body. So what I do is I have to relax my body. I can come around. So again, I can't move this, so I just have to hopefully use what's up here. One. You can also do it a little bit more subtly where the movement might not be so big. One. We can also add another person to the mix here. So from here. Now the challenge here is that they're actually grabbing a little bit differently. So Miro's a little bit lower down. Henry's holding on, but his grip is a little less strong. Okay, so it's my job to feel that and just try and work with it as best as I can. So. And another way I can sort of work on my sense of awareness and kindness is having more people in front of me. So I've got to now worry about, I've got to be aware of myself, what my body's doing, what Miro's body's doing, what Lucas and Henry's body's doing. I also need to know then also where they are in space and then also anything else around. So there are some weapons there are people there. I've also got to make sure I don't throw. I like this, so I don't want to throw them into the audience. All the weapons. So like I said, they're young and they're very fast, and it's good practice for me to do. So I guess what I'm trying to get across is also that building your awareness of yourself, the uke, and also what's happening around you is really important in developing good aikido. So not as long as I was. I used to be. So I guess one thing you can do for yourself is when you come into the dojo, when you walk through that gate, have a look around, just try to notice things. Is there any rubbish on the ground? Is there a drink bottle left on a table over here? Or last week was actually quite easy for me because I noticed a jacuzzi in the front, but I didn't miss that. So, practice being aware of what's happening around you. And you'll notice that your aikido will get better, but also what I think is important is that you will also become better as a person as well. Awesome. Got it. Hey! Hey! Thank you.